There we go.
Hello.
McManus, we are sizzling away. That toast has got to be pretty fucking hot for it to make that sound. I'm not going to lie. I'm just thinking about that.
Just a bit.
If you're listening on audio, there's a little animation that McManus made of a slice of toast, a nice little knob of butter. Is that what you call it? A knob of butter sizzling away on the toast. And it just occurred to me that I'm going to let that cool down a little bit.
Took me 45 minutes to make that fucking thing. The amount of layers.
Fucking hell. I have no concept of any of this because I've never made anything in my life. Not even anyone's smile, McManus. Not even anyone's smiling. Speaking of which, I'm seeing a lot more of your face than I'm normally seeing.
I made the mistake of shaving my fucking beard. So, yeah.
An intentional mistake, or was it supposed to be a trim and then it escalated?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a trim, and I fucked it up. So.
Yeah, no, I did the same thing. I was growing it out, and I never grow it. Like, I barely even can. But I thought, you know what? It's Christmas. It's the holidays. I'm just going to relax and not shave my fucking face. And 2 months of hard work, and it was looking all right. And then I was like, oh, I need to trim that bit. I need to get that bit. You know, it starts crawling into your mouth. So it's like, I need to trim these bits. I was using scissors, but my miniature hair scissors, they broke. Not on my face, but they just broke. They were out of a Christmas cracker or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I was like, great, so now all I've got is this big pair of kitchen scissors. So I'm trying to do nuanced, fine work on my face with kitchen scissors. I'm like, this is I'm about to make myself a new mouth any minute now.
So I got
I got the clippers out, and I was like, right, I know exactly what bits I want to do. I went along the top lip, just along so I wasn't eating any of it anymore. And there was there's a couple on the sides. I'll just get those as well. Forgot to adjust the length setting on the thing, and then I just went straight down the side like that. I was like, fuck!
Yep.
So I was like, okay, well, it's not completely gone. I'll do the other side, and then it just okay, well, now I've got a soul patch and a tash. I'm like, this is not the vibe. This is absolutely not the vibe.
See, I went over it with, I've got my own beard trimmer, and as soon as I actually top this part of my lip, anything above this line is fine, and it touched the part of that lip, and it took 3 fucking chunks out of it. And 2 seconds later, I'm looking at the mirror, and my lips pissing blood. Like, how fucking rude! I was just trying to just sort my mustache out, and the only thing that was left yesterday was and yeah, this is just yesterday. I just shaved the whole thing off. I didn't have a shave because, oh my god, I look fucking ridiculous. And the only thing was left was a mustache, and I was like, it was thick, like porn star mustache. And I was looking at myself in the mirror like, keep it, motherfucker. You can pull this off. No, you can't.
Yeah, no, I thought about should I just do a tash? Should I see what that's like? I was like, nah, man, I look like Guy Fieri just joined Disturbed. Like, I can't be doing this. So I had to just go back to bare minimum, light fuzz, and now it's coming back again.
Yeah, I don't like how I can see my bottom chin and my face look thinner with my beard for some reason, even though it fucking wasn't. But it was. Yeah, yesterday on this fact, I went to get my son from school, and the first thing he did, he came running up to me going, "Oh my god, who are you? You're not my father. You're not my father. Who is this guy?" And That's the wrong fucking thing to say, boy, in a play.
Don't say that. Keep your fucking voice down, boy. They're gonna either the police are gonna come or the teacher's gonna come out and ask me why I'm not in class because I look so fucking young.
And
You know?
I've just got this giant green fucking coat on that looks like I'm the killer from fucking Urban Legends, and I'm just like walking away when my son's taking the right piss out of me. Is like, you might find this funny. Other people with the shit that's coming out your mouth won't find this funny. Stop.
No. There's gonna be training order action taken if you carry on. So shut
and
the
he
fuck up.
and he just carries on like for the next 2 hours. Whoever comes in the door, like his nan, his granddad, even my sister turned round and went, "Fuck, you look old." Like, everyone's picking on me. So yeah, I'm not doing this again. I'm not
I
fucking
think you
shaving
look
my.
younger. I wouldn't have said you look old.
I got told that I look fucking older, and
I mean, maybe the white hair is kind of putting you over, you know, in the age
yeah,
front.
just this.
I don't know.
No, and Corey's mother, on the other hand, like that was just fucking comedy because she hates it. Just me, no beard, she'll just let rip, and that will fuck her day off. the,
Well,
the amount,
sometimes it's nice to lightly antagonise the people you love.
yeah,
So, especially
yeah.
when they get so emotionally attached. As soon as you tell them to stop shaving, woo, or even worse, start shaving,
Oh yeah,
your
there'll plenty of
face.
times like, you got a problem with it, you fucking do it yourself. No, don't tell me to do that.
Mate, I tell you what, I do have some appreciation for the lady grooming stuff, man. Like, there's a lot of involvement potentially, depending on what sort of vibe you're going for, right?
I was
A
really
couple of
gonna,
years ago,
put
I was
head
going to
trimming sound on then in a second.
no, just lawnmower, mate.
Yeah,
But, a couple of years ago, I was like, I'm gonna give this waxing a go, and I was like, so I'll buy the strips, get them in places that I won't tell anyone about. I wanted to get some nice lines and angles and some stuff going on, right? Some smooth areas, some astroturf areas. It doesn't matter,
you'll
right?
get
I'm
some
like, here we
fucking
go.
smooth areas indeed. Yes.
I need look, arse and balls. All right, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not, without being too specific. That's exactly where it was going. So anyway, I get the strips out, and I'm like, well, if I've got to put one on and then leave it for a little while, then take it off, and then do another area, like I'm gonna, and you've got to leave them on for like half an hour, 40 minutes. I'm like, this is gonna take me all fucking day. Why don't I just put them all on?
Fucking hell, Dean.
So I've made like a, a wax strip mosaic all over my body, right? I'm puzzling them together, making sure there's no overlap. The lines are all lining up, and they're all on there. Smack them down, right? Give it a good old slap. Leave it there for the designated time.
Why
Then you start
can I
pulling.
already feel the pain coming?
Well, there's pain and there's not pain, right? Because it was less physical pain and more emotional pain because I've started to like do the rip, and it's a little bit stingy. It's all right. It's a bit sharp for about 2 seconds, and then it's just squelch, big old squelch when I'm expecting to hear a rip, and I'm stuck there, standing in the bathroom, and I've just got blue goo all over my body,
So
all over my
it's come
balls.
across. It's came off the actual thing it's supposed to be on.
Strip has come off. The stuff, the wax from the strip is still there, right?
Oh.
And it's like, so now I look like I'm wearing this big pair of sticky blue underpants, you know? And I'm like, well, that's not nice. That feels horrible. So you start rubbing it. You start rubbing it, my manners. It doesn't rub anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. Because this stuff, then it's like, okay, soap, hand soap, wiggle that all up a good, bubbly fest. Get that all on there. Rubbing. This stuff is not going anywhere.
Hell.
So now I'm like Googling, what do I do? What do I do?
You are fucked, sir.
It says you got to try oil. Okay. I skipped over this point. I'd just moved, right? I'd moved about a week ago. I had not a lot in terms of toilet stuff, kitchen stuff, apart from these strips, apparently. So I was like, great. I've got no oil. I've got no baby oil. I've got no cooking oil. I got nothing. I had to put my clothes on over the sticky blue underpants and go to fucking Tesco's.
No way.
It was the worst walk of my entire life. It was cold. This is in like November. So now it's like not only is it sticky already, but now it's like freezing. So it's like it's gone from gooey to crispy. And now it has layers of clothes on top of it, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get these off by the time I get back. But it's like, well, I've got to take the risk because otherwise I've just got the sticky blue garter on, right? And yeah, I had to John Wayne walk all the way to fucking Tesco's, smothered up in waxy goodness. And then I just went round the supermarket and I just got the basket. I'm like, well, I don't know what kind of oil's going to be best. So I go around, I've got baby oil, I've got olive oil, I've got sunflower oil. Right.
All the oils.
I've just got like four or five different kinds of oil in a basket. What do you think they thought when I went to the checkout, McManus?
What is this fucking thing doing?
Why is this man walking in here like John Wayne and buying 5 different kinds of oil and then fucking waddling on out?
This is like someone. It's like a skit someone would put in an American Pie movie, man. It's just. Yeah. It's just, when Jim has a shit day, you know what's going on.
It was awful. Anyway, I get back and I'm just like, okay, let's do the baby oil first. I really don't want to start putting cooking ingredients on my junk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was doing okay. Ended up just like different one. Just made up the slimiest, greasiest cocktail you've ever seen all over my fucking nether regions. And it was fine. It came off eventually. But that was long, man. I did not intend to get into that story today. But here we are.
Well, shit
so
happens.
You're welcome, everybody. Welcome, by the way, 14 minutes into the Top Toes podcast.
Where we're just been talking about waxing and Dean's.
Where we wax lyrical about waxing balls, right? We also talk about movies, we talk games, we talk TV, we talk whatever we want, apparently, whether you like it or not, which at this point might well not be liking it that well at all. Moving on. Yeah, this is all your grooming information needs. You come to the right place.
That's something you really don't need to say on the internet.
Grooming of the hair, McManus. Get out of the gutter with your pedo trench coat. or whatever you're doing.
There needed to be fucking context there.
They just had 15 minutes of context about my balls, McManus. That's more than they need for a lifetime. More than they need for a lifetime. Anyway, this week we are going to be talking. Our last episode was Captain America: Brave New World. Go check that out. The full video is now on YouTube as well. If you listen to the audio and you want to see our hairy or hairless faces along with it, you can go and check that out. If you do happen to find yourself in that neck of the woods, click a like, click a subscribe. Wherever you're listening now, click a follow.
Yeah, if you want to see Manus's fat face, it'll be up on YouTube.
If you want to see fat faces, skinny faces, and smooth ass balls, you can come to the right place. There's no balls on any of the channels. Do not worry. You can find that over on the Patreon. You can't, not yet. If we get enough followers, enough subscribers, maybe we'll look into that down the line. Maybe we'll have the Top Toes shaving show or something, and we can really get into the weeds, as it were. So anyway, last time we talked about Captain America, and got me thinking, that shield's pretty bouncy. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. A lot of people all of a sudden are on the internet complaining about how he's able to fight a Red Hulk, which nobody was moaning about Steve Rogers fighting Thanos with like 3 Infinity Stones in Infinity War or whatever. But as soon as Anthony Mackie fights a Hulk for like 5 minutes, that's part of the movie, very much, right? Everyone's all up in arms about it. And then I'm like, well, you know what? If the shield, you can't have it both ways, right? If the shield can absorb all the impact from a punch from a Hulk or an alien or from a F-22 rocket or whatever, heat-seeking missile, if it can absorb all the impact, then it shouldn't be able to bounce, McManus. I'm no scientist, but if it absorbs all the momentum, then you would just throw it at a tree or at a wall and it would just donk and fall to the ground because there would be no ricochet action. You know what I mean?
But as we come to know, the laws of physics do not apply to that fucking shield.
Yeah, but yeah, you can hang a lantern on it. It's like, well, if we've addressed it, then nobody can say anything, and it's fine. I don't care. Like, also, you want to look at in Ant-Man how the pin particle is to say, oh, when he shrinks, he retains the strength of regular-sized man, but he's condensed down, so he's like a little bullet, right?
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then when you shrink a tank or a car down, it would still weigh the same amount as a tank or a car does, and you wouldn't be able to just carry it around in a Hot Wheels carry case.
Yeah, it's what I said to myself as soon as that happened.
It's fine. If it's fun to watch, I'm in. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. This stuff does not exist. It doesn't matter. But in honor of that, we are going to be talking about famous movie weapons. Are there good ones? Are there bad ones? Are they practical? Are they useful? Are they deadly? Or are they useless? So we're going to get to that in a little while. But first, couple of little bits of news. We'll warm ourselves up. I mean, we've had a little bit of a warm-up, but that's not what we really wanted, was it? So fun couple of things. They announced, I don't know if you heard about this, they've announced the Punisher Disney Plus special.
Ooh.
Did you hear about this?
I've heard some rumours.
Yes, so where is this link? I had this right here a second ago. So we've had the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. We've had the Werewolf by Night Halloween special.
That was so good.
And it was pretty good. I want more Man-Thing.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Not in that way. Text again, please. So, give me that. I mean, look. Only in the 70s could you publish a comic that said giant-sized Man-Thing in massive letters on the cover.
Yep.
Well,
hardly anyone getting the pun as well.
Nobody. It didn't occur to anyone.
Nope.
nobody thought that's a little bit naughty.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, no, it's the giant-sized man thing issue. What are you talking about? It's not gay. What? It's
Yeah.
it's a mystical, magical tale about a monster and his friend.
Yep. And then
What you
someone
mean?
who actually wrote it is like, yeah, giant man thing. Yes, I'm putting that in there.
I'm assuming it was probably it might have been Marv Wolfman. I think Marv Wolfman probably wrote those. I don't, or some of those back in the day. I don't remember. Anyway, so we're getting specials, and I'm assuming this isn't going to be a seasonal special.
Mm.
This is just going to be like an hour long John Bernthal Punisher, story, because they're not going to. I don't think he needs a whole nother series. Like Daredevil, I can understand bringing him back. I didn't love the Punisher series that they did. Like it was like 9 hours of him eating sandwiches on a construction site. Like, who's he punishing?
Yeah, it's.
The taxpayers. Like, what's going on?
I get it for the TV show thing, but it's all. I guess it's also for people who don't know, who haven't done comic books, know who the Punisher is, but obviously got invested for the Daredevil and Defenders. You just carried on watching the shows like from Jessica Jones, and Punisher comes out. If you probably watched the movies before, but I'm just saying if it was probably just for people who wanted to watch the show.
Just
This
a
is it,
day in the
Punisher.
life of Frank Castle.
Yeah, there you go.
Just mixing up cement and what, like hammering girders or whatever it is they're fucking doing.
And no one knows
that's
who
not what I want.
is until he gets picked on, and you find out pretty
That's not
fucking
what I
quickly.
want. It's absolutely. I don't need that. What I'm hoping this is more like. Did you ever see the short film they did with Thomas Jane, the Dirty Laundry
No,
Punisher short?
I don't think so.
This was probably 8 years ago. So this was after Ray Stevenson had already been the Punisher. I think this was before the Netflix shows.
I fucking love Warzone.
And yeah, Thomas Jane got together with like a small crew, and they're just like, we're just going to make a fun little 5-6 minute, like essentially a fan film, and just put it up online. Only it's a fan film that has Thomas Jane, who was actually the Punisher, and that was pretty good. And it's just like Frank Castle, he's doing his day to day, and then he gets started on by some unruly gang-like youths, and he makes it known that he is in fact the Punisher. Doesn't even build a house. It's great, right? So I'm hoping it's more like that, or if it's just like a small, just like just the Punisher, like just on one of his missions, just like he's in his little underground sewer den, and he's got a couple of gangsters on a wall with some string and some circles around them, and he's like, these guys are doing naughty things. I'm gonna go kill these, and then we just follow him as he goes and hunts him down and tracks him down. That's what I would hope. Would you be excited, McManus, or would you prefer they just did the Punisher Easter special and he hunts down the Easter Bunny?
I'd watch that. Punisher beating the fucking hell out of a Easter Bunny. Huh? Why? You're giving the kids chocolate? Fuck you! No.
I would be so down. I love a fun crossover. I actually have both issues of Punisher meets Archie, and Punisher is the chaperone for the Archie school dance or whatever. And some gangsters start like muscling in, like, we're gonna take over this high school prom for some reason, but oh no, Frank Castle is there. So,
like, seriously, who is sitting in the corner and thought that was a fucking brilliant idea? Because you must have been smoking something. It's like, hey, I'm gonna try and get the rights for fucking Punisher and Archie. Yeah.
Yeah, just some joint out acid head swinging his giant-sized man thing around the Marvel editorial.
Everyone's gonna fucking love this.
I mean, those covers are pretty cool.
It's
It's the same issue twice, so it's just two variant covers. One's done in the Archie style, one's done
I
in the
want to
Marvel
know how
style.
that fucking conversation went down and like how that got greenlit as well. Like, just not that one, like all of them. Like, it just seems like someone would just went, got this idea, and this idea, like this idea. Shut up, bring me money. Like,
Yeah, man, like it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's a fun read, but no, I'm excited. Again, I don't need a whole Punisher series, especially now. Like we're gearing up for Doomsday and Secret Wars. We've got enough stuff to set up. We can't. I don't think it's the right time to just start expecting people to go and watch, another 8 or 10 hours of a show that's not gonna be setting up the bigger thing. Not that it has to set up the bigger thing, but like I say, they're sort of on a crux. They had to navigate and sort of maneuver after Majors. Presumably they want to set up Doom. They want to set up Secret Wars with the leader at the end of Captain America saying there are people coming, there's bad people coming. It's like, yeah, we know there's bad people coming. That's the plot of every one of these fucking movies. What's so fucking special about that for next time?
there's always some asshole.
Wash your head. Wash your fucking lumps off your head. Get some sandpaper or something. Anyway, didn't like that movie, man. I really did not like that movie. Anyway, in other news, staying on the Punisher / Daredevil avenue, did you hear Matthew Lillard has been confirmed to star in Daredevil season 2?
No fucking
Or
way.
should I say star? He's going to appear in Daredevil season 2. Shaggy and what's his name from Scream? Is it Stu or is he the other one?
Yeah, Stu.
He's Stu. He's been in one of my favourite childhood comedies, Without a Paddle. Yeah. He's a good actor, man. He's an underrated actor.
Yeah, so
he's
good.
far more than just Shaggy and Scream. And they haven't confirmed who he's going to be playing. I'm throwing my prediction out there right now. Matthew Lillard for Mr. Fear. Give me Mr. Fear. You can imagine him, cloak and big metal mask, doing a scary voice on a voice changer like this.
Well, he already does because he's the bad guy in Five Nights at Freddy's. So
that's another one. People, I haven't seen that, but I know that has a massive fan base, especially amongst like
my
young
son's seen that movie more times than I have, and he's 8. He really shouldn't have fucking seen it, but it's not bad, and it's not
even rated R, is it?
No, it's not.
It's
a 15. It's a 15, but it's not gory. It's more of the like if you play the games and stuff like that, it kind of plays on your fears with the games, but it's not ridiculous. So I let him watch it, and he's just, I love this movie, and he's watched it about fucking 20 times. He's still waiting for the second one to come out now.
Yeah, I know they're making it. I think that might even be out this year. I think we talked about it with George at some point. So yeah, that'll be fine. He'll an unexpected but fun addition to Daredevil season 2. Daredevil season 1 is coming out in like 4 days. I believe that is next Thursday or Friday.
I'm actually really excited for it because I actually stumbled across a clip last night of a stair scene fight, and it was gnarly.
I have one of those,
and this guy just obviously thought he got away, and then you just hear and he just lands on the top of a roof like a fucking boss. I'm like, yep, don't need to see anymore. Thank you very much.
I've not watched any of the clips. I've watched the first trailer. I've avoided everything. I don't like watching trailers as much for TV stuff. I'm just like, I don't know why. I just like they only show you stuff from the first few episodes, which is good, but also it's like, this is Daredevil, man. I don't need to see any of this. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna be sitting there waiting for it to drop on Disney Plus
Yeah.
6 or 8 or midnight, whatever it is.
Mm.
I'm excited for it. I know a lot of critics have already seen screeners for the first 2 episodes, and everyone's saying it's just as brutal, just as like dark and action packed and dramatic as the other seasons were on Netflix. Apparently, there's a big hallway fight, a one shot thing in the first
A whole
episode, which I think
a hallway
is
fight
cool.
in Daredevil.
No, here's the thing.
Nah.
I like a hallway fight.
Yeah.
I like a staircase fight. I love a one shot take action sequence or whatever. But it's sort of is it getting a little bit gimmicky? They're like, oh well, every season of Daredevil's got to have this now. And it's like we're just waiting for it. They're probably going to do like 3 or 4 of
No,
them in
we
this
did this
season just to
really.
make the point of like
Yeah,
this
we
is
did this
back.
really
This
good.
is the same Daredevil.
Yeah, we did this really good shot, and we're just gonna fucking milk it now.
Yeah, like I mean, you can still do them, but maybe do some other stuff as well. Like, and I'm sure there will be other stuff. There'll be action scenes with edits, and there'll be action scenes without edits. But like,
Mm.
let's try and carve out some other sort of signatures that people are going to remember. Let's have some fun new stuff. I'm looking forward to Muse. There's the villain who's like a dark, Banksy serial killer
Yeah.
type character.
Mm.
Not necessarily like a big, powerful, like physical threat, but hopefully there'll be some gangsters,
Yeah,
maybe
there's
some
like there is
ninjas.
something haunting about him, isn't there?
Yeah, but I just don't want it to be like the Batman where it's just like, yeah, it's just a weak ass puny serial killer and
Talking
there's no
shit.
real
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
giving fucking nonsense out like it's candy at Halloween.
Yeah.
And I just like, look, don't just give me a nothing nobody character and then just tell me it's cerebral or whatever. Give me you can have action and cool stuff going on and be cerebral. You can also be cerebral and be dull and bad. So hopefully he lives up to it. He looks right out of the comics, Muse. So hopefully it's a memorable character, and hopefully we get some Kingpin action as well.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone lock your card. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
But anyway, and I know this is something that's going to be taken out of context. Give me those double Ds. I need the double Ds on the check.
Yep. Yeah.
Give me
Definitely. Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Just give the double D's are needed.
Put them on there.
It's gonna
Let's
fucking
have him
great.
swinging around. We got him swinging around and doing all that Billy Club shit in She-Hulk.
Mhm.
So hopefully we develop that. Oh, and in Echo, he was a little bit of that as well. So let's develop that. Even though the Billy Club's never really made sense, it's like, really? Like, Spider-Man, a web can stick to a wall, but Billy Club was like fucking drilling into the wall. Like, how would you how would that be powered? How would you have the mechanism for that stored in just like a walking stick?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
it never made sense to me.
No, it doesn't, and that's where people burn out by trying to figure out how like, comic book weaponry is used. Some people just estimate, and some people, but you can't, but then you can't, but then you can't, and then they'll fry themselves out trying to fucking come up with reasons how this works. It's like it
Yeah,
just fucking
it,
works. Like no one went into it that fucking far detailed, unless you like.
yeah, and I don't bring it up to like pick at it in like a hateful, negative way. I love Daredevil; he's one of my favorite
Mhm.
Marvel characters, and I love the Billy Club stuff. I even like the Ben Affleck movie, and he's doing a lot of swinging and a lot of acrobats stuff in that. I think it's great, but it's also just fun to pick it apart a little bit and have
Oh,
fun with it.
there is always going to be
And
someone who picks it apart, no matter fucking what.
always going to be fun. And again, even now, like you get this self-referential stuff in the movies or the TV shows where they will, they'll talk about how the shield doesn't obey the laws of physics, or you have the scene in Age of Ultron where Thor and Tony and Cap are all talking about like, well, if you put the hammer in an elevator, the elevator
Still goes
still goes
down.
up, but the
Elevator's
elevator
not
is
worthy.
worthy. You know, like again, so they
It,
and sometimes like it's fun to do that, but sometimes I think they're a little bit too
yeah, it's like the hammer on
eager
the
to like
toilet.
address that
Same
kind of
thing.
stuff.
It's the hammer on the toilet. Like you can't go and pick it up because obviously you're not fucking worthy. But how is that fucking if that hammer is supposed to weigh more than planets? Like, why is then like what's stopping it going through the fucking planet?
Well, because the planet would follow the same laws just like the elevator, right? Because it's not
Yeah.
sentient. However, I've thought about this. What if Thor went to Ego, the living planet, right? And when he puts his hammer down, does the planet just fucking drop straight out of
Yeah,
orbit and
just
plummet?
you're right.
Because he's a living planet and he's a bad dude. What
Mm.
happens? What happens?
Oh, and on other
It-
news,
Go
I'm
on.
gonna touch this. Touch this. Fucking
Oh yes, you had stuff. Even though my segue, did you realise that we was already into the next segment
it's
without even having to acknowledge
yeah,
it?
yeah,
But yeah, no, it's my fault. I forgot you said you had some
yeah.
stuff. So go on. What you
Kathleen
got?
Kennedy, the head
Oh,
um
heard of her? Heard of her?
of Lucasfilm, and the
Soon to be X.
yep is the bane of the Star Wars universe, as most people call her.
I think there's a lot of problems beyond just her, but yeah, no,
Yeah,
fair. Go on.
she is stepping down at the end of the year, and everyone took that as a fucking win. And pretty much, oh my god, the witch is fucking dead. Because when it
There's
came out,
been
the
a
amount of
bit
clips
of
I've
that.
seen people celebrating that she's stepping down at the end of the year is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, there's been a fair bit of like mild, like, oh great, she's finally out. But I think the problem is people have been wanting her out of there for
Yeah.
years. Star Wars has gone massively downhill
Mhm.
over the last few years. There's been some good to okay stuff. There's been some bad stuff, and I'm fully aware that like there's always been some good stuff, some okay stuff, and some bad stuff in Star Wars. So it's not really anything new apart from when there's so much more of it.
Mhm.
Well, kind of, because there's not been a movie in 5 fucking years, 6 years. But as soon as you start like oversaturating with the Disney Plus shows and everything, it's like, oh, okay, now we're seeing a lot more bad stuff, and it's on TV, and they're kind of mishandling characters that people remember, or they're relying on characters that people remember, and then like the new stuff that they're doing isn't really grabbing pop culture zeitgeist in any kind of significant way. Like something like Skeleton Crew, which a lot of people said was good and it was okay. But
It's
what do you
Goonies
remember
in
from that
space,
show?
mate. It's fucking
That's
Goonies
all
in
you remember.
space with a
Yeah,
contain. It's fucking Goonies in space is pretty much what it is.
Goonies in Space was pretty much how they pitched it. That was basically like the log line,
Yeah,
right? And and to have that be kind of the lasting thing, the only thing that you really think about coming away from it, it's like, well, we knew that's what it was going to be going into it.
mm,
When we've all watched it, we should remember something, what else was there? What cool imagery or cool new piece of lore, or Jude Law is a fun character, but he's not really, they don't really go into him and explain anything. It's like, and fair enough, they're probably saving that for something else if they do a season 2
mm,
or whatnot. But then you don't know if you're going to get a season 2 of a
I know.
Star Wars show because they're not good, and they don't. The ratings are just bad
Yeah,
a lot of the time because people are just feeling stung by it. So yeah, I just feel like it's a little bit too little, too late. Kathleen Kennedy should have been, as soon as they got to a point where it's like it's been 3 years since the Rise of Skywalker. We paid billions for one of the biggest movie franchises in the history of movies, and it's been years and you haven't
yeah.
you produced another movie? Like, what? Why are we?
And
Why
since
are Disney paying for
then,
Star
it's
Wars
just
if
like,
you're not going to be getting our money back with
and
movies?
it's just like she's failed upwards since then. She's been promoted, I think, what, two or three times. Like,
I don't know how the
how many,
infrastructure
like,
works.
yeah, neither do I. But how the fuck, like,
Yeah,
it got to a while, like, people vividly, like, it got to hate, and then questioning why the fuck does she still have a job when there's been directors who've actually had problems with her, have gone over her head to the to whoever it is, and just
yeah.
like tell her not to get fucking involved because I don't want her shit.
Writers, directors, yeah. So many people. There's been like a dozen or so, like really interesting creatives who have come in and then just bailed,
Yeah.
or they've just cancelled the project. It's like you're so precious about like, well, we've got to get it right.
Mm,
So if anything that we don't think is like suits what we think Star Wars is going to be, we're not going to let you make it, and we're going to give you too many notes, and you're going to get sick of it and walk away. The problem is the stuff that you do make isn't that
mm.
good. So maybe take a step back and acknowledge that the notes you're giving and the direction you're going in isn't the right way to go. And I'm not saying I know what the right way to go is, but like, come on, just hire some good people and just let them do something. It's better than just not releasing any movies for 6 years and just sinking hundreds of millions of dollars into streaming shows on a platform that's lost 700,000 subscribers in the last year and is not making money.
Was I think what I think is a
Put a
good
fucking
idea
movie out.
is,
It's a Star Wars movie. It will make
yeah,
money. It'll be
if
fine. Just
Disney
take some
have,
swings.
like, they've got the money, they can do, make some fucking shorts, put them out on YouTube, and you can see which ones will obviously going to burn, which ones are
Yeah,
going to be good. See what the fan reaction is to those. They don't have to be fucking long, like fucking long, 5 minutes tops, and do a range of them
yeah.
instead of people
But then
fucking
I think
buying them.
their logic is like, well, we don't want to do shorts or straight to like Disney streaming movies or like one-off like specials like what Marvel's doing because like, we don't want to like dilute the brand. But it's like, but you everything you do make is diluting the brand
Mm.
anyway. So you might as well just try and get out of the box that you're in because the box clearly isn't working and you're just stuck in it, just defiantly sticking your boots into the ground and just going to keep
No,
trying the
I'm not
same stuff
moving. No, fucking.
over and over again. Like, people didn't
I
really like the last season of Mandalorian. Oh, well, let's make it a
I
movie.
fucking did.
They'll love it. We'll Grogu in the
Fuck 'em.
title. No,
Yeah, no,
don't
I
want
just
it.
hope they get
Don't
someone
want it.
else in who knows the universe and knows who what the. I just don't like her. I just don't. I just hope they get someone else in, knows what they're fucking doing. Actually, enjoyed
Yeah,
watching Star Wars as a kid without going, I can make money with the story I fucking want.
yeah.
Like, fuck off.
And, like, and a lot of people saying, oh, let's get Dave Filoni or John Favreau. It's like, no,
Mm,
let's just get somebody new, fresh set of fucking eyes on it, fresh start. Somebody like nobody knew who Kevin Feige was when he took over
mm,
Marvel, but look what he did.
yeah.
So it doesn't have to be somebody that everyone's heard of. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We're getting.
yeah. Right.
What are we getting? We're getting Andor season 2 soon, which is one of the best things that they've put out in the past sort of decade.
Fucking love Dandor. Yeah.
And after that, I don't think we're really getting anything else until the Mandalorian movie, which I believe is next year.
Hmm.
And I don't really care for that either. So
We'll see what will happen.
maybe it will surprise me. Maybe it will surprise
Mm,
me. But
mm,
Mandalorians like their weapons, McManus.
mhm.
So there is that. And we are smoothly back on track.
Yes.
And no, that's good. No, you're right. We probably should have talked about that.
Mm,
I just, I've just heard so much about it. I'm like, oh, maybe it kind of like, yeah, it went in my brain and then my brain just forced it out again. So it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't want to be too negative. You know,
we
but it's
wait
hard
some
to not
bated
be.
breath.
It's hard to not. Exactly. But if you're a Mandalorian and you've got a rocket pack and you have to bend over to fire your rocket,
Yeah, mate. Because obviously you're taking your skull off. Because that makes so much sense.
but what about the noise? Your helmet's going to be vibrating from the rocket
don't
launch.
don't go into
You,
how Mandalorian armor works, mate. Because you'll be there for fucking ever. And you really will.
the recoil, like you're bent over, leaning forwards, and then you're just going to get launched back and fall face down in the dirt. Like, doesn't quite make sense. And while we're on the subject of Star Wars weapons, why don't they just use the Force to turn their lightsabers off? The other person's lightsaber off. You know what I mean? So it's just like when they're supposed to be having a duel, and they're both just using the Force to turn each other's lightsabers on, and then they have to keep turning it on again. Then he turns it off again. Then he turns his one on. Then he turns it off, and it's ridiculous.
See,
But
as
at least then
as
you get cool
as an
sound
avid Star Wars fan, like that just I would walk up to you and give you a swift kick in the nuts and it's like, stop ruining my fucking story. Use the Force to turn a button off. Well, of course it fucking can. Like, how no one's done that is because it's stupid. It's utterly fucking pointless and stupid as fuck.
It just turns into this really petty, like, childhood.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's
you know,
just before Qui-Gon gets fucking run through by Darth Maul.
Just point at it, click it off. Both run in there, cut that fucker in half. Let's go. Because Darth Maul I don't even think he doesn't seem to really have the Force in the same way. Like, he's much more of the combat guy, right? So
he does.
Where he's like somebody like, well, yeah, of course he's got the Force, but he's not like he seems to be much more of like a hand to hand acrobatic kind of Force user, as opposed to somebody like a Palpatine or a Yoda, where it's much more lightning and moving stuff around or whatnot.
At the point, he's still an apprentice and like not powerful, but they still wield the Force in combatic ways. Basically.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run down some other weapons, McManus, from movies.
Yep.
Let's see what we think of some of these, right? And then I don't know if you've got your top 5. I've got a top 5.
Yeah, I've got a top 5 because I'm not doing more than that because I've got 3 sheets on here and I'm just not fucking doing it.
Right. So here's one it's one of the first ones that came to mind, and a lot of people, I think, if we had this conversation with them, I think this one would come up quite a lot, and that is the Zorg weapon from The Fifth Element that Gary Oldman uses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this it's an energy launch. It's got energy blast. It's got rocket launcher, arrows, flamethrower, and a freezing weapon. Firstly, and obviously it's got the energy machine gun thing, whatever, right? If it's got plasma auto rifle shit, rocket launchers, flamethrowers, and a freeze ray, why do we need arrows, McManus? Why do we need arrows? What are they going to do? That if you're fighting some big ass fucking alien warrior warlord dude, right, and you unleash the thousands of the little automatic fucking laser blasts into him, then he's still coming at you, right? Boom, boom, boom. So then you launch a rocket at him.
Surely the 1,000 arrows is just going to piss him off.
The explosion dissipates. You see him, he's still coming towards you. You're like, fuck, flamethrower. No, doesn't work. Freeze ray. He smashes his way through the eyes and he's still coming. You know what? I know exactly. If none of those things worked, I got just a thing. Arrow. Really? What the fuck? Why are you wasting? And you got to carry them. Let's not even talk about the fucking fuel and the ammo thing for this thing, right? Like, it would be so heavy, so cumbersome, and the thing that people like the most about this weapon, I think, is that lock-on feature, right, where you can you fire like a little beacon, and then everything you fire after that first shot goes to the
Returns to
same
point of
spot.
origin. Yeah, from that movie, that was that was used in Turok. After that, it was used in so many games. Once that was once it was seen on cinema, so many people went and I'm fucking nicking that idea. Uh,
It's pretty cool, and for a video game, yeah, that's basically like auto aim cheat mode, right? But if you're using this weapon, McManus, and you 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 fire the beacon at the dude, right? Now you're locked on. You're ready to fuck him up.
mm-hmm.
You fire a few shots out, and assuming he's just like a regular alien or a regular dude, and he's not some big armored warlord or something, you few shots, you put him down. But there's more of these dudes. There's an army, maybe. There's like other dudes in the room. They're all coming at you from different directions. But now every shot that you fire is going to go straight to that dead body on the floor over there that you just killed. How do you
Well, unless you shoot,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
unless you should go dum 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 dum, hit the ones you want, then press another button to put the settings back, and then just fire in the air, and then you take out a fucking line of them.
Did you do that? I thought it was just the first shot is the lock-on shot, and then everything else goes to that
Well, then
point.
you fuck.
It never said there's multiple lock-on shots, right? And then I'm glad you mentioned about the buttons, right? A lot of functions on this gun. I'm looking at an image of this gun. No labels on them buttons.
Oh no.
Like this is not user friendly at all. I think this seems like a fun weapon, but when you really get into it, it's just a nightmare. And frankly, if I see him coming at me with that, right, and he fires the lock-on shot onto me, right, and it hits me in the chest, I just take my shirt off and I throw the shirt, and now all the bullets are gonna go for the shirt, and I'm off, mate. I'm on my toes. I'm gone. Fucking see you, Zorg. I'm out. Done. What's his name? Yeah, Zorg is his name. There we go. Fucking lame. Right, so those are my thoughts on that. We talked about Captain America's shield. We talked a little bit about Mjolnir. Mjolnir is magic, so that's different. I think that's fine. Like,
That's
there's
a
not a
standard.
lot of downside to that.
That's a favourite of
If
a
you're the
lot.
dude
Yeah,
who has it,
yeah.
if you're the dude who has it and you can carry it, I mean, saying that you can carry it, that's fine, right? What if you're in the middle of a battle, right? You're Thor, and you're in Avengers, you're in New York, all the Shatari warriors are coming at you, you're batting them out, you're taking them out, and then you do that thing where he like lightnings the car and he launches the car across at a bunch of them, right? Yeah? What if there was a kid in that car, right, that he didn't know about? Now he's killed a kid, now all of a sudden he fucking drops it because now he's not worthy anymore, he can't carry the hammer. Halfway through a fucking fight, mate, he just cut himself off at the knees.
Nah, don't matter.
Unreliable.
Nah, bullshit.
Unreliable. What if you're halfway through fighting Thanos, right, with Mjolnir, and then all of a sudden you have like a sexual thought about your dead grandma, and you're like, where did that come from? Boom, drops the hammer. Not
I
worthy
think
anymore,
this hammer
motherfucker.
has caused so much fucking collateral damage. I don't think it fucking cares. Like this hammer has erased fucking civilizations from existence. So I don't really it gives a fuck what it does.
You bring up, McManus, you bring up a fantastic point. It's a weapon, right? You've got to be worthy to hold the weapon. What's your weapon designed to do? Kill people.
Yep.
Like you say, Odin probably used it for millenniums, like conquering planets, wiping out civilizations. So if you can do all that with the hammer, then what the fuck have you got to do to not be worthy of the hammer? Like, it's literally designed to kill people. How does the hammer know if you're killing the right people? There's two sides to every story, right? So you could say, okay, so I'm going to use this hammer to wipe out the Nazis in World War II, and that's absolutely fine. But the Nazis don't think they're the bad guy. They think you're the bad guy, and you just fucking wiped them all out.
This is a god with a very big flying hammer. Ah.
Right? It's the hammer's got to be really have a really astute sort of moral compass. You
Yeah.
know, in a world where not everything's black and white, Nazis are pretty,
Yeah.
bad. Obviously, that's fine. But what if you're in a different conflict? What if there's like two alien civilizations on a planet and they're both fighting for land or resources and they both need it just as much as the other one? Who's in the right? Right?
It doesn't matter. You get the hammer.
And if you kill one half of them with the hammer, or the like, how does the hammer know who's in the right? How is the hammer like qualified to make these kind of decisions, like the sorting hat? You know what I mean?
The hammer
Like,
doesn't choose. It
oh
just
well,
it just goes.
no, it just knows.
Yeah.
Like, in which case, you could just use the hammer in a court of law, then, right? Like, here's a question: would Luigi Mancuso, is that his name?
Luigi
Who
Mangione.
assassinated the healthcare
Yeah.
Mangione? Sorry, put some respect on his name, right? Luigi Mangione tries to pick up Mjolnir. Can he? He killed a man in cold blood, a man with a family, a man who was unarmed, unawares, and he just shot him. But that man was responsible for a lot of bullshit, a lot of people getting fucked over.
Yeah.
He's part of a system that is built on blood. But Luigi shot him in cold blood. Can Luigi pick up Mjolnir? You know?
Well, I can't answer that question. I'm not fucking Odin. And
I'd let him pick it up. If I'm Mjolnir, I'm like, yeah, boy, you be worthy.
fuck,
But
it's like,
not everyone's going to agree
yeah,
with
but
that.
you have to be fucking pure of heart though, don't you? And to actually think, oh, I'm going to murder this cunt, that's not really pure of heart.
Well, no, but the reason that he did it was from a pure of heart, like, he genuinely thought, like, this was the right
this is a
thing
piece
to
of
do.
shit. I'm going to kill him. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
What if you're delusional? Like, you're a sociopath. You don't think bad. You don't think bad. Doing bad things is
No,
bad, right?
no.
You think they're
Yeah.
good. So to you, you're in the right and you are pure of heart, even if you're just murdering people senselessly.
Mhm.
So on,
It's a double-sided
it's bent,
blade. It
right?
really is.
It's a double-sided hammer,
It's a
McManus.
double-sided hammer. Yeah.
It, which I think is all hammers. Anyway, don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't worry about it. Well, I mean, hammers have got two different things, right? Mjolnir's more of a mallet because it's like symmetrical. It don't matter, right? Now, I don't know if this one really counts because it's kind of part of his body, but it wasn't originally. I'm talking about the Wolverine claws, McManus. Where do you stand on the Wolverine claws? Is that a weapon? Does it count for the conversation?
Yes, no, they are a weapon. They were, even though he did not ask for didn't ask for the weapons. It got us to be made into a weapon. Didn't realize he was going to fucking
He is the
yeah.
weapon. Yeah, boy.
And yeah, they're pretty fucking deadly fucking weapon as well. And what people don't understand is Wolverine's claws will fucking come out in any direction if he flexes in the fucking wrong way. It's like you've seen people like
This is
when
where we
he
start getting
opens
dodgy,
he
yeah.
just does that and they come out of his fucking wrist and it's like ah. The only reason it's like they come out of his knuckles is because he has to put his arms in the right direction for them to come out of in between his fucking knuckles,
Yeah.
and that is mad. And like, oh,
I'm glad you've highlighted my two big issues with these. Right, firstly, like these claws are like, say they're like 12 inches long, right, or whatever they are, 11 inches long, something, and his forearm is 10 inches long. Or like, where do they, like, not including the hand? Where can he bend his arm when he's
yeah,
got them up? Like,
because
how does that work?
they are in between the two parts of your arm here from
So they're like diagonal, so they've
yeah.
got a bit more.
So
room, right? All right.
It's when he moves his arm that it changes the space in his arm, and then it forces through the bone.
Hurting all the
Yeah.
time. Every time he's moving his arm, that is like digging into his muscle. That is
Yeah.
brutal. And then brings me on to the second point, right? You're about to start a fight with some dude, right? The dude pulls out a gun, he pulls out a sword, he pulls out a knife, whatever, and he's ready to fight you. And you're like, that's all right. I'm ready to fight you. Hang on, let me just make myself bleed all over the floor before we get into it. That's fucking,
Yeah.
that's bullshit. That is bullshit. And that completely undermines your intimidating presence before you even got started.
Because if he didn't have his fucking, the healing factor he gets, like, you'd be dead. Like, that only nearly didn't survive the fucking surgery anyway, but you'd be fucking dead within a couple of minutes because that many fucking contusions, the shit that's going on internally is just fucking you up. So, yeah, you'd be like instantly if you didn't have a healing factor.
Yeah. So let's get out of the comic books for a second. Let's go over to James Bond. I want to talk about GoldenEye, the satellite. That's right. No, I don't need his little fucking pew pew pistol or a little Aston Martin with a little rocket in
I
the
like
thing.
a PP7.
GoldenEye, man. This satellite is more relevant now. It's so dangerous. It's an EMP like laser.
Yeah, this thing
basically.
scared the shit
So
out of
it
people.
just completely disarm, and more, like I say, more now than ever before, just completely disarm a whole country like that. Crazy. Any Bond weapons, McManus, when you were doing your looking, did any of them jump out at you?
There's a PP7. It's just the standard issue murder machine that you get,
That's the one.
but they always come out with a different like version of it. Anything Q, like old school Q, any of the gadgets he fucking made, along with the gorgeous fucking the cars you'll never own in your fucking life unless you're like a multimillionaire wanker. Yeah, it's just the gadgets and the stuff they use as a childhood is iconic to me. You got the fucking the ejector seats like is a weapon because it does end up killing the fucker who is unfortunately sitting on it.
And it's good because you can say things like, "Should have put your seatbelt on, Mr. Moneypenny," or whatever. You know what I mean?
The fucking the one-liners are just ridiculous. In between, one thing I do like is not Stallone, fucking Schwarzenegger and fucking 007 movies. Like the fucking one-liners
when
and
you kill somebody with a
and
thing,
the
and then
fucking
you say a thing
puns
about it.
are fucking hilarious. Like Commando, it's like please don't wake my friend. He's dead tired.
He's dead tired. Or like if you're Sean Connery and you've got like the deadly cigarette or whatever, and you give the spy a cigarette, and then he's like, "Smoking kills, don't you know?" or whatever. Yeah, that's good stuff. What else have we got on here? I'm on one list. I've got a few here, and I wouldn't have put this on the list. And whether it's the best or worst, you can decide for yourself. But that is the atomic bomb from Oppenheimer. Too soon. Too soon, movieweb.com. Too soon. That's not nice. That affected real people, man.
Fuck yes, it did. Like,
and also it's worse because
it's a
fuck
fucking
that. Ruined
nuclear
everything.
bomb.
Yeah, don't be needing them anymore.
Oh no.
Well, ideally, but we'll see.
No
we'll
fucking
see.
jinxing, Dean.
We'll see. Talking about bombs, here's another fun one. When I was looking this up, right, is it's the Alpha Omega bomb from Beneath the Planet of the Apes. You remember this one? So this weapon literally just you just drop it. It's a bomb, and you drop it, and it just wipes out the whole planet. It's like it just burns. I think it burns the atmosphere or something. It gets used at the end of the movie, by the way. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it just incinerates the whole planet. Just,
Reset.
you know, yeah, you
Fuck you
know,
all.
social
See you later.
political commentary was strong in that one. You know, they might have been having a little bit of influence from Mr. Oppenheimer.
Any
You know,
any
so that's
bomb to carry out genocide is a fucking stupid and fucking bad idea. No matter what it is or what your fucking reasoning are, you're a cunt. Fuck you.
yeah. Have you seen the David Cronenberg movie Existence? Because there's a gun in that that's like made out of like human body
Oh yeah,
parts, so
yeah,
that's
I remember
fun.
that. Yes.
Yeah, it's a fleshy, weird, bony, gnarly, gristly looking,
Is that the
fucking
one he's
horrible
making in
thing.
the restaurant? Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
I've seen that.
that's one.
That like the sounds and squelches like of when he's putting that together in like it's just that's just sickening.
Here's one. Again, I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think it's particularly helpful unless you're very prepared to be using it. It's the sonic shotgun from Minority Report. Anything sound based, like you do realize that you're there as well, right? What? Why? How? Unless there's special headphones or earplugs or something. Like, hang on, I'm gonna kill you right now once I put on my special earplugs because it's too noisy and I can't go to gigs in anymore because I'm an old
Energy
man.
waves. Boom.
We've all got a friend like that, my manners. I guarantee we've all got a friend
Yep.
like that. In fact, we probably share some. And you know what? Do what you need to do. Like protect yourself, look after your body. You only get one. Enjoy yourself, have fun, be responsible. I get it. But in combat, let me just take them out of the little rubber case and put them in, and now I can shoot you with a sonic shotgun. Useless. Fucking useless. That's all I'm saying about that. And also, they have in Minority Report, they have the six stick,
Yes.
which
Yes. I forgot about that.
name
Yeah.
it is on the tin. I remember they have a similar thing in Kick-Ass 2 where Hit Girl goes into school and all the girls have been like mean to her and she's got this like little like taser thing and it makes them shit and piss themselves and vomit
Mistakes out.
everywhere. Like it's like designed for like I can't remember what she says now. Like it's like a crowd control weapon from the Soviet Russia or something. It's like prototype this or that. It's like that'll do it. You know, I don't want to kill anyone. Just a light bit of humiliation and inconvenience, and that could go a long way. You know, so maybe use those instead of nuclear bombs from now on. So that's fun. But we could go on, McManus. There's so many of these. So many of these. There's so many fun ones. If you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to somewhere with a comment section, let us know what your favourite ones are.
It's just us and like obviously everyone's going to have different like ideas of what their favourite weapons are and what aren't their favourite weapons.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our top 5 now. Okay. You can disagree with those. You can agree with those.
Tell us to get fucked.
Just let us know. Yeah. Tell us to get fucked. It's good for the engagement.
Yeah.
You know. Right. So I'm gonna go find my number 5, and then you can do your number 5, and then we can go back and forth like that. All right. So coming in for me, McManus, at number 5 is Hellboy's Good Samaritan.
Beautiful fucking gun.
Now, it looks fantastic. It's got like an old school like revolver thing to it. Lovely, like shiny handle with the BPRD logo engraved into it. I love that the ammo, like he can like customize the bullet, so they've got like silver or holy water or you know garlic or whatever it is he needs in the bullet. He can customize those, and it's good for you know, all the weird supernatural shit he's fighting. I thought this was going to be higher on my list. However, only 4 shots? 4 fucking
All you fucking
shots?
need.
Is it though? Because he gets fucking murked in that first Hellboy film by one of them. What do they call them? The tentacly running around dog monster
Oh
things.
yeah.
You know,
Gets an egg in his arm.
yeah. But he does have a. But you know, he swapped an egg for a tracking bullet. He can also do a tracking bullet. So that's fun. 22mm 4-round revolver. Like I say, the custom bullets with the different mystical things that he can use, and yeah, it would have been higher, but only 4 shots is bullshit. The size of that man's hand, and obviously he uses the regular hand for the gun, but he could have made a gun for the big hand, which would be a bigger gun that would have more room for more bullets.
Yeah, no one's
But
shooting
what do I
that
know?
bastard. Because if you need if you've
Well,
got a
that's
gun,
even
the Arm
better.
of Doom
Then
can
only he
shoot.
can use it.
Like nothing should
But
survive.
then that's perfect. It's custom made
Yeah.
for him. Nobody else can use it, which is a really good feature that might be in one of my other ones. Little T's. McManus, number 5, hit me.
47 Super Ballers.
Okay.
Fucking love.
Yes.
I've loved these pistols since I was a fucking kid. And when I was at the age I should not be playing 18 games when I'm a young teenager or younger than that. The
No.
guns are iconic. The sound they make are fucking just
Or lack
yeah,
thereof, because
yeah.
it's silenced, right?
Yeah. It just depends with this fucking silencer, but the sound's always
Yeah.
been the same when you hear it, and it's just they are iconic, and the shots he does, these what he does with these fucking hand cannons are fucking ridiculous. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my number 5 right there.
All I always say about these is that they look really cool. Yes, there is 2 of them. Stealthy, deadly, good range, all of that stuff. The only thing, and this isn't the weapon's fault, the only thing that would dissuade me from those is that they are the least fun weapon in all of those games, because the whole point of those games is that everything's a weapon. You know, you want to rig up like somebody's car so then it blows up in their face when they go and get in it or go to work on it, or you want to shoot down a chandelier and turn a chandelier into the weapon.
Or if you want
you want to
if you want to pick up
somebody's sushi.
if you want to pick up a bust off the table and go knock out the fucking maid who's just minding her own business, fucking cleaning, go bust her in the head
In
with
Hitman Absolution. In Hitman Absolution, there's a achievement on Xbox called Hits from the Bong. When you kill somebody with a bong, you walk into like some like hippie smoky apartment and there's a bong on the side. You can just pick that up and
they're still in
the hippie to death
they're
with
still
it.
in the game. Yeah.
So that's fun. So yeah, like I say, the best part about those games to me is the fact that everything is a weapon. But that's fine. Number 4, here we go. Number 4, and it might seem like there's a bit of a theme here. It's not, but there's another religious themed gun. I'm talking about Constantine with the holy shotgun.
I see that.
This is a shotgun that looks like a crossbow that fires rounds from like a big revolver chamber. Fucking only 4 shots in Hellboys. Yes, there it is.
Yeah, if you don't know what it is, there you go.
Cross-shaped shotgun. How many rounds does this take? It's like 12 shotgun rounds in a big old barrel there. Obviously, this is good for all sorts of creatures. The devil, demons, monsters.
Whoever you are, you're getting fucking full of big fucking holes.
Bad dudes. And it look, even the crosshair is a cross.
Speaking of Constantine,
I'm not
the second one got greenlit yesterday.
Go on.
actually got
That's
greenlit.
good stuff. I hope
Yeah.
they do it, and I hope they use him in the DC universe, even though a lot of people don't like
Well,
his version because he's
it's got to
American
be.
and whatever.
James Gunn must have done something about it, so that's cool.
I
Yeah.
hope so. If that's true, I hope we get Keanu Reeves in the DCU, but it'll probably just be a one-off
Mm.
outside of it. But anyway, looks sick. Only reason it would have been further up on the list, but it's pretty cumbersome. Like, where are you supposed to keep this
Yeah,
thing?
no, it's
You
supposed
know,
to take it apart, aren't
like,
you? Because the whole thing is fully customizable from artifacts from the back, and I do believe.
yeah, which is great. But then again, you're in the heat of battle, and you've got to like,
Yeah, you
oh,
got to
hang on,
put a
I've just got to
fucking,
put on
you
this.
got to put
Like,
80 pieces together to make one cannon. You're fucked.
yeah, but damn, it
Yeah,
looks cool. Number 4,
the pole,
McManus.
the M41A pulse rifle from Aliens.
Okay, this is a big favourite for a lot of
Hmm.
people. Now, I don't really know what it does, other than it's just like a laser assault
Yeah,
rifle, right?
well,
Like what?
it's
And it's not even that good for the aliens because obviously nothing's good really for
yeah.
the
This is
aliens.
before Fire Team and um, a while before the Fire Teams come into existence, and they're still using the the version of the rifle even in them. But it's just it's a classic. It's what it's what the Space Marines use or the Marines use in it. It's just a sexy looking fucking gun. The ammo capacity is
Is it the
ridiculous.
same one they use? Is it the same as the one that in Romulus? Because that one's got like an aim assist mode
Yeah,
thing on it,
that's more
right?
like
So
a
that's a
future
different. But
version.
it's
Yeah,
but they're set like around about the same time, right?
mm.
Chronologically. So I guess that one is just like a more advanced
Oh yeah,
version
Wayland's
of it.
version.
Why
Yeah,
have they not? Why have they not? Right. Again, I said this earlier. I'm no scientist. Aliens have got acid for blood. So why have we not got some sort of alkali
yeah. Yeah. Don't know how
ammo
anyone hasn't
launching
done
thing?
this yet. Yeah, they,
So it neutralizes the acid as the bullet hits them. So then by the time the acid hits the ground, it's it's not going to completely comprehensive, but it would at least
yeah. I'll bring this up.
you know take the edge
I'll
off a
bring this
little.
up with Clarky when we were playing Fire Team Elite. Is like, why hasn't anyone came up with or a group of soldiers that know xenomorphs and have every fucking point of like technology that can counteract a
Yeah,
xenomorph's attack? Well, it's like, well, there probably is, but
yeah,
they
or even
just
like
haven't been written.
a cryo gun, so maybe it can
Yeah, yeah.
freeze the blood, so then it
Instead
neutralizes
of
it
setting
that way.
everything
I
on
don't know
fire,
what the
freeze
science is,
everything.
but
Like,
this is what I'm saying. Like, but no, you're right. It's an iconic weapon. It looks cool. It's inspired probably every futuristic video game has probably got some sort of version of this, and rightly so. Who doesn't want a pulse rifle? Right. Number 3 for me is, let me pull the thing up so I can pronounce it properly. It's the Aquilian tri-barrel pulsar blaster from Men in Black. This is the gun that Tommy Lee Jones is using
yes, right.
at the end of the movie to fight Edgar the Bug Alien dude. And uh, not a lot of crazy stuff as far as like features or
It's
anything
just shiny and
goes.
it's a big cannon.
It's shiny. It looks cool. Who doesn't want? What's cooler than a double barrel shotgun? A triple
Yeah.
barrel shotgun. It's got a triangular barrel, which is weird, but fuck it. Why not? I just want to, as a side note to this, because I forgot to mention this
Mm.
earlier. It is insane to me that because Will Smith is the rookie, they give him the little cricket because it's funny, right? Because it's a little one, but then it's got like the recoil of like
A fucking double kicking horse.
immeasurable levels, right? So why would you give the gun with the craziest recoil to a rookie, knowing that he's then just going to wreck shit in an agency, in an organization where kind of trying to keep things low key and not have everyone seeing these big explosions and shit is a paramount element of this whole thing,
Yeah.
right? Why would you not give the little cricket to the veterans and you give the newbie the
It's the shits
shotgun?
and giggles.
It's
You like
funny for the joke. It's
it's a
funny.
newbie because it's the first movie. Yeah, because you're talking about noisy cricket. My number 3 is the noisy cricket. So yeah.
Oh, fuck you, noisy cricket!
Right. So yeah,
A
like, but
nightmare,
as a
absolute nightmare of a fucking
yeah, and
weapon.
so as a rookie, and obviously you don't know the timeline because it's only the first movie. Like you know he gave him that for shits and giggles, and you know this gun is going to fuck him up because my boss did it to me the
Well,
first
yeah,
time I fucking fired that bastard. So I'm going to give him
probably,
the
and
noisy
it's
cricket,
probably
and you can see how it fucking tastes.
that's probably exactly what happened. And I get like, oh well, let's give him something like
Yeah,
difficult to work with, and let's see how he rises to the challenge. Right? Let's have him learn the hard way
yeah,
on the job, which is a valid logic apart from when it's like a matter of like public safety and security and secrecy and all of this other stuff. It's like you're really playing
yeah,
with fire, just giving a dude a noisy cricket and not telling him what it's going to do. And again, it's basically the whole scene is basically a dick
yeah,
joke, right?
yeah,
That's what they're
yeah.
doing.
It's
Oh, it's
one big
funny because it's
fucking
little, but
dick
it's got a
joke
big
for
back,
sure. Yeah.
right? So it's funny, but
Mm.
completely ridiculous, unnecessary. What are you doing? Like, imagine you join the police force, like you're like a small town sheriff or something, right? And you're the new sheriff in town, and they're just like, here you go, here's a grenade launcher. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. Completely,
Just stupid.
just uh, complete
Yeah.
overkill. You don't need that. You just don't need it. Like, and it's for a long distance thing as well. He's like, the thing's already down the
Mm.
road, mate. Like, give me something with a scope, whatever. It is because of this ongoing joke of the Men in Black of, oh yeah, let's give the rookie the thing. Innocent people were probably dying
Yeah,
because
but
of
it wasn't it
this.
funny.
You're right. So yeah, they are kind of like
Mm.
police force, aren't they? Just mindlessly killing anyone without a thought
Mm.
in the world. Don't want to get political, right?
Number 2.
So lots of guns, lots of big guns, lots of little guns. Let's let's
Mm.
change it up. 1999, I think, a little movie called Blade came out, and if he wouldn't be Blade if he didn't have his own signature blade. He has this sword that is made out of silver, has a cool, like, it's like a lightsaber kind of round handle, but
Mm.
it's black, with chrome engravings on it. Blade's made out of silver because obviously it's for
It's for
vampire
fucking taking
hunting.
vampires
But
out.
obviously,
Yeah.
yeah, unlike, say, with like a Hellboy or a Constantine gun or whatever, where it's like, well, this is like front loaded with holy water or garlic. So if you're just a regular person, you're just going to have a flesh wound. You're probably going to be all right. The garlic is not going to
Mm.
kill you, right? The silver shrapnel, maybe an inconvenience, but you'll be fine. But this is designed specifically for killing a vampire, but also it's still just as sharp for a regular person. So they will get murked just the same, even if they're not a vampire, which is great. Not only that, my main reason for picking this weapon, McManus, is I can have a weapon. I am no I'm no highly trained combat
Mm.
specialist. Okay. There is a very good chance that if I try and use a weapon in a combat situation, that the other person is going to swiftly and promptly remove that weapon from my
And stick it
possession.
up your ass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to get reversed and Rogered, apparently, McManus, for some reason. That's fine. I mean, at least I'm freshly whacked, right? But yeah, they're gonna take this weapon off of me, but it's all right because the weapon is gonna cut their goddamn fucking
Yep.
hand off.
Anti-theft
That's
device.
what I need.
Like,
This weapon's got your back. It is loyal. This weapon is loyal, McManus. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's like fingerprint
it's a spring
reading
system.
or
Yeah.
if it's like. But so maybe it's a bit dangerous. You've got to like hold it.
They'll
way,
look at it, start
moved.
fucking about with it, and then it will trigger something, and then the circle goes round at the hilt, and then it activates the 4 blades that blow your fucking hand off, which is fucking awesome.
So maybe there might be a risk of like if you're in a pinch and you just quickly grab it because it got knocked on the floor and you pick it up in the wrong way, then you're fucked. But small price to pay. Hopefully, it's happening to them. McManus, what's your number 2?
Fucking Batarang.
Nice. Oh, I wish I would have thought of this. There's different Batarangs. My favourite use of the Batarang, I believe, is in Batman Returns, where he's got like a little fucking LCD video game screen on it, and he programs it to hit all the different people or whatnot. But obviously, if you go to like the Arkham games, like there's like smoke ones,
all kinds of Batarangs for the perfect reasons, and
and I'm assuming they come back to you if you need it to.
They fold up everything you want to put in your fucking utility belt. They fit. So like I'm not even saying just one version of like just Batarang in general. Like,
I mean, just the name is cool. It just sounds cool. It's obviously it's on brand with Batman, and unlike some of the other stuff, it kind of like some of the stuff sounds a little bit silly, like Batmobile, which is a cool car, whichever version. It kind of sounds silly. Bat-bomb,
but these were names that were done like during the fucking fucking late 50s, around that 40s, 50s.
Yeah, I mean, they all got introduced at various times throughout the history, but they all sound ridiculous. Bat this, bat that, bat.
You just know what it is, and it's fucking cool.
Batarang sounds cool. So and practical. I mean, I guess it's practical. Like if you're Batman, like you can afford to just make loads of them. I guess if you just got one and you're in a room full of dudes, it might not be very. It might be risky. It might be risky to pull out a Batarang. Like, how does you know which one's your which? Are they like labelled? You know, do they have a little like insignia on them? Is it done
you
by
fucking
pouch,
know?
And is it like an organisational thing?
Because you grew up, Batman had a fucking label maker.
Little rich kid with his label maker. I hope your parents don't get shot. And he's just there, like, printing his little fucking lunchbox label. He's like, yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Oh, man, I need that. I need that image in my head. Right. And look, being deadly, being dangerous, being lethal, being powerful is all well and good. But at the end of the day, I just want to have fun. And that's why my number 1 pick is the Toon Gun from Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's the Toon Gun, baby. Have a look at this. Look, with the 6 individualized bullets that talk, they got personalities, they're cowboys, maybe one of them is a slightly offensive Native American stereotype. Right, that's fine. But these things, I mean, the gun looks cool, man. That big, chunky yellow revolver. Just something about that just really does it for me. The fact that they've got personalities, all the bullets, they're all arguing, they're in there, they're lining up, they're loyal, they're experienced. These guns, again, because I'm saying how I'm not a combat expert and I'm not a good aim, but these bullets have been places, they've seen stuff, they can give me strategy,
have they really, or have
and
they
combat
been,
advice.
or have they just been sat in that case for so long? Because they don't fucking come back. So when you spend one of these, they must instantly just die. Like,
I mean, I'm not going to lie,
see,
man. It's a fairly
broken
good
fucking
point.
universe.
Because the bullet would explode, right? When it,
It's,
but
it fires off,
like,
takes
but
it
then
out,
it's
gets the big axe out of
cartoon.
its sucking self, takes that bit, the fucking glass out, dead. Like, that's your only meaning in life, was to blow up a glass.
What I mean, man, I want a bullet that's gonna mid-flight whip out a
Yeah.
tomahawk and just go the extra mile. You know, he's gonna chase him down with a fucking axe if he needs to. These bullets, and then they come back to you. So I'm never gonna run out, right? Because they're gonna get got the guy that I'm trying to get, and then they're gonna come back, and maybe they'll tell me like what he sounded like when he died, just for shits and giggles. We'll have a good old drink. We'll go back. We'll get some whiskey. We'll fire up a cigar, and we can share tales of the battles. Because let's face it, I'm going to be having like PTSD from all this combat that I'm apparently doing with these weapons. I need somebody who's been through this with me, so that I can talk to them, and have a little bit of confiding going on. So I just think the perks of these is just vast. McManus, absolutely perfect weapons. This is what I need. And again, if you're a shit aim, can't hit shit because you don't use guns, you don't like guns. These things were just fucking. They're like on all. They're automated, man. They got fucking eyes. They got fucking ears. They know where they're going. It's like Darkseid's Omega beams with these bullets. So that's why they're number one, and I will not be told otherwise. But go on, what's yours?
1 second, I'll show you.
Oh, little drum roll. What have we got? Go on. What are you going to get me with? I don't know why we're in combat with each other. It's fine.
Oh, it's not. It's going to take too fucking long. Anyway, yeah, double-edged lightsaber, because I'm a basic bitch. Yes. Darth Maul's double-edged lightsaber. Because that's the lightsaber I was obsessed with when I was 7 years old, running up the street with a piece of wood. I had painted both sides of this piece of wood red, and I decided to go and attack my fucking brother with it. And ever since, I have been fucking lethal with sticks. It's like lightsabers are my favorite, just because of my fucking childhood, and they're fucking cool. It is
They
the
are
fucking.
cool.
It's one of the points. I think, I don't know if it's 8 or 9, Star Wars 8 or 9. It's where the fucking shithead. Now, I never gave actors shit for being in that movie. I never gave actors online shit for being in the movie, because if you do that, you're a piece of shit yourself. I did give the director of Star Wars Episode 8 a lot of shit, and saying he should never fucking direct a Star Wars movie ever again, and should go and fuck off and live under a rock.
That's fair. That's better than what a lot of people would say.
Yeah, there we go. But I don't know if it's 8 or 9 where Luke gets asked, like, what do you expect? A Jedi to take on the entire First Order with a laser sword? Yes, Luke Skywalker. That's exactly what we fucking want.
Yeah.
You bastards.
Yeah, no, that did annoy me. Where it's like, oh, are we going to make you feel bad for liking the thing that you've paid to come and see? Like, and it wasn't like a massive thing, but that was a little dig. Like, yeah, sorry if that makes me a simpleton, because I want to see a big epic action scene with the hero that I grew up with.
You all up,
like,
yeah. That's
look. I'm all up for like subverting expectations, and I don't need everything to be Star Wars. I'll watch an Amelie. Okay, I'll watch a French, comedy, indie film. Love a bit of that. I love being intellectually challenged. You know, I love watching like thrillers and different like psychological movies and all this kind of stuff. But if I'm coming to see Star Wars, I want to see a dude with a laser sword smashing up fucking Imperial
Scum.
forces
Imperial
or
scum.
whatever. But going back to the double lightsaber, that was pretty epic. Like, obviously, the lightsaber was already like probably most people's number one if they were doing this right. And the fact that they were just like, what about the most iconic movie weapon of all time, but twice?
Yeah. No.
And it's like
on a stick, both ends.
And that trailer reveal, in Phantom Menace, so that trailer reveal, like everyone was losing their minds. Say what you want about the actual movies. By the time we got there, I was
sold as a kid. I was just, as soon as I saw him, Darth Maul scared the shit out of me, and as soon as I saw the lightsaber, just mate, I was like, I want that. I fucking want that.
Obviously, the Jewel of the Fates music that helped a lot. But like I say, I would fuck myself up. Single, double lightsaber, whatever. I would unalive myself or lose a hand so quickly. It's not even fun.
It was one year downloading. The Force Effects lightsabers just came out, and Barry Eve like bring a couple to download, and I was like, "Oh, let me try one." And it's like, "Catch then," whoop, and I just went and did all the fucking flippity dippity shit you did. Well, they do, and it was just like,
I would catch it by the blade.
How can you do that shit? Like, I've actually been watching Star Wars since I was a kid.
I'm something of a stick master myself. Yeah.
And now, and even better, I have a son.
Oh man, the amount of times
I can fuck him up.
The amount of times, where they do the little flip when they're holding it in the hand and they do the little flip thing, right? And they twirl it round. I've never been able to do that. I just wish one day in my life I'd be able to do that, but God, hell no.
Once you do get it down, it's unbelievable. Like, it's like, oh, I did it, but then you won't stop fucking doing it because it's quite like it's addictive to actually once you get it down, you're like,
Well, that's the thing. Like they it's just iconic, captured the imagination of generations. And they tried to like have that double lightsaber reveal moment in the Force Awakens trailer, but they had like the cross guard lightsaber. And I think
there's another lightsaber people still shit on to this day. And I liked it because it's raw. It's like it's not a pristine.
It grew on me. And there was, I can't remember what movie it is where they're kind of like fighting back and forth, and then he like pushes the hilt bit into their shoulder 7. And like burns a hole into their shoulder.
Episode 7 in the woods.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So I did come round on it, and I like that it's kind of got that medieval broadsword vibe to it. And I think it's like they've never. It's meant much as Star Wars will like try and capitalize on nostalgia and do things and bring things back that people like just for cheap value. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. They've not done another character with a double lightsaber.
No, they tried to give Rey
in a movie or
they
TV
tried to give
show.
Rey one when with an evil Force version of herself where it clicks down and stuff like that. But
No. Doesn't count. They should have done that, man. I was so excited. I was like, if this trilogy ends with Rey being the dark, like Sith Lord, and Kylo Ren gets redeemed after killing Han Solo, that would have been a challenging fucking story arc. That's how you subvert expectations and keep it.
That's the way to shit in someone's cereal, isn't it?
It would have, anyway, it would have been great, but maybe it wouldn't have been great because it still would have been the same people making it. I don't know. Anyway, is the Star Wars lightsaber the best undeniable champion of movie weapons? Did we miss one that you think is the best one that weren't even on our list? We didn't mention it, not even one bit. Let us know. You can tweet at us. You can find us on Instagram.
We're on all the channels.
Top Toe We're all floating about all over the place, like Yoda fighting Dooku. We are flippity flopping everywhere, never stopping. Right? We will be back in another couple of weeks. Don't know what for, but we're going to do it anyway. Go and get us on the YouTube. The video for this episode will be coming out at some point in probably about a week.
Days-ish.
And there's other stuff. There's other videos on the channel. There's movie watch alongs.
I will be doing clips on here. So I'll be doing clips on here really soon. So the TikTok will be having more clips up on there. So
get us on there. Everywhere you get your stuff, get our stuff. Come and have stuff with us. Whatever that means.
Come have stuff with us.
Watch your bits. Don't wax too much at once. And everyone stay groovy. Top, and we'll see you next time. Stay groovy. Ashley's chainsaw in the hand.
Oh, this is my
anyway.
fucking notes.
Completely impractical. See you later.